First of all, Nathan Clark says not ideal, and this was the XG timeline.
How mad is it? That line at the bottom, that's not the axis, that is our XG. That's our XG. It's just a straight line of nothing. I
just don't get, like, how can you create a 0.05 XG at home?
Mental.
Against a Chelsea team that you can get at as well. Like, their defence is not impenetrable.
You should be able to create a few chances. 100%.
And as well, I was reading a stat before the game. Like, they've conceded one of the most shots from set pieces this season.
Well, we couldn't even do anything there. We nearly created one. Bentancur should have scored, really. That one moment from a long throw.
Yeah.
He chested it. He should have got a shot away.
It was a bad touch.
So that should have been a goal. Apart from that, though, we created absolutely zilch. Porro attempted a long throw as well.
Oh, my God.
That was dreadful.
Yeah, because Danso had gone off. And I'm like, who's going to take this long throw now? Porro just, he's not it.
Now, never before has XG timeline really told the story of a game before, I think. Sometimes XG timelines can be manipulative and don't really tell a full story. But on this occasion, I can't really say anything. Yeah,
and you're looking at now, like, the two home games where we created the least XG is this one and Villarreal. I think Villarreal was like 0.08 or something stupid.
We won that game.
Yeah, and we won 1-0 from an own goal in the first minute. But I've never seen this before.
Yeah, this low. Well, Frank said his teams have never created such little XG.
Yeah, do you think that was an attack on the players, or do you think he's just saying, like, we need to get better?
It's a great... good question, as Frank would say. It's a good question. I think he must be saying we have to get better, but maybe it is an attack on his players. I wouldn't think so, really, but maybe.
You know that XG yesterday at home was our lowest XG at home since records began.
Crazy, and we have had some dross.
Records began in 2012.
2012. So. Yeah. That's like, Sherwood era. We're talking AVB.
Yeah.
We're talking defensive Conte and Mourinho times. And this has been the worst.
Yeah. Tottenham independent transfer stories. Even that went backwards. Frank was absolutely fuming when we conceded that goal.
That was a goal, obviously showing his frustration.
Yeah. Arsene Wenger vibes with the bottle.
Yeah. And look, I'm not surprised because that goal was so avoidable, and how many chances did we have to clear it? We had Spence had the chance, we had Xavi had a chance to get rid of it, Van Ven had 2 chances to get rid of it, and it all conspired us conceding. So if I'm Frank, you got to be fuming with that.
Yeah. So you tweeted out from the game yesterday, Vicario apologising to the fans after the defeat. It didn't even look like he was apologising in this video.
There's one moment where he I don't know what he's doing. First of all, what is he doing with Bergvall at the start of the video? He's kind of like telling him to go away and pushing him. I don't know if Bergvall was like responding to a fan or something.
Maybe a fan was shouting at Bergvall or something.
But he was pushing Bergvall. And then something happened here with a fan. So he does. There's a point where he puts his hands up like that, but there is a point here. I don't know what he's signalling because he starts pointing to a fan. He's saying, "I'm watching you." He goes, "I'm watching you." He goes, he's got his eyes there. He's saying, "I'm watching you" to the fan. He keeps saying, I don't know if I don't know if a fan is abusing him, which doesn't make sense because he had a great game, or maybe he's just saying, "I see you" because he's showing you love. I don't know what he's trying to do. But even then, look, he's trudging off. Then I think he turns around again and points to the fan. Yeah, look, he turns around again and says, "I'm watching you." Look, again, he says, "I'm watching you." I don't know if he's saying, "See me outside."
That's what it looks like he's saying. He's like, "Meet me in a car park."
So he's pointing at that fan. So I don't know if that fan is showing him abuse or he's like showing him love. He's like saying, "I see you," like I see you showing love, or maybe saying, "Oh, if you want to show that abuse, catch me outside." I'm not quite sure what's going on there with Vicario. But yeah,
it's like when you see those altercations in the away end and they're like, "Oh, outside."
Yeah, I'm a bit confused. But there was one moment. The reason I titled it apologising because there was one moment he does like put his hands up apologising to some of the other fans there. So because I didn't know what else, because there was something going on, but I'm not 100% sure what it was.
Yeah.
Something going on with him and a fan there.
Very strange.
But if there was anyone giving him abuse, that makes no sense. He's a complete wrong player to give abuse to.
And those two players as well, like Bergvall goes off after the first 5 minutes. He's got nothing to do with it. And Vicario has been our man of the match last 3 games. So, I don't know. Last word on Spurs says, no other team in the Premier League has made more mistakes that have led to goals than Tottenham this season. Wow.
That's mental, isn't it? I did like it more because I wanted the Frank bottle, but someone else liked that anyway. But yeah, I mean, that's crazy. We've made that many mistakes. Maybe it is. Maybe it does go to show about the quality of our team.
Felon82 says Spurs scored 64 goals in the Premier League last season. Son, Kulu, Madders and Solanke scored and created 55 of them. And what Frank's been given to fill that, Odebear and Tell, Shite, Javi, Flop, Unfit Muani, Shitarlison and Kudus Dembele on the wing. It's a championship attack. I mean, I get what he's saying about, you know, we're missing a lot of goal contributions from last season because a lot of these players are out injured and we sold. But we should still be able to find more goals in them than we are. Mm-hmm. That's the reality. As much as I agree the sentiment that a lot of these players are probably not good enough, and some of them are definitely not good enough, still, they should be doing a lot better than they are. Yeah.
I think the unfortunate thing for Frank is obviously Richarlison's played a lot. Moani is only his second start in the Tottenham shirt, and as you say, he's come back on field. Xavi is young and he's in a new team, and there's a lot of reasons why it was hard for him to hit the ground running. So I don't necessarily think it's about them not being good enough, but I think it's also fair to say everything might need a bit of time to gel. But I think even in that context of needing time to gel, like one shot in a home game against your London rivals and barely threatening is 10 games into the season is nowhere near the levels we expect as a Tottenham team. Like you can give all the excuses you want, but we've never kind of struggled this much to even create opportunities at any game really before kind of like this. So I think that has to be taken into context as well. Like we had 9 men and created more chances.
Yeah.
Way more chances.
Yeah.
So like that has to be in the context as well.
I agree. IBZ, whatever that name is, says Cucurella locked him up so bad he started giving him advice.
Bastard.
Cucurella was really good yesterday, man.
Yeah, he did play well.
Mark Statsbot says Spurs 0, Chelsea 1. XG, this one says 0.17, not 0.05.
Hello.
2.5 X threat 0.84 to 1.77. Possession 48 to 51.
I think if you go to the past map, I think this is quite telling. Next one, this one here. So on the right is Chelsea, on the left is Tottenham. Like Chelsea seems so like organised and like the pattern is clearly there of where everyone wants to be. Tottenham seems a bit too much of a mishmash. The attackers are isolated. Like where there's no real width. We're kind of expecting Spence to provide the width. Sarr and Paulinho are very close together. Like and they're not two players who are very good at passing as well. And also the big thing, look how far up Chelsea are. They've come to our house. And look how far they're pushing up. Look how many players their average position is in our half. And look at us. Yeah. Like, not only is there very little, but there's no passing between the front four as well. Mm-hmm. So I think that also tells a big story about just the different tactical approaches of both teams.
Yeah, absolutely. Spurs News says, take me back. I'd rather have a go. This is utter bollocks.
Would you like to see this for the last 10 minutes? Just go halfway line and inshallah?
I don't know about halfway line, but I just want to see us like have a go. Like, I think Ange was too much. Frank is also too much. There needs to be some balance.
But Frank has never been known as like a super pragmatic manager.
No,
it's weird, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know. It's like, what's his name? The drummer called it spot on actually. Like Stel said last week. Like he said, well, I think he said on the fan cam this week. He said that Frank is doing unfrank things, and I just don't understand it. He needs to change it.
Yeah, it's like we know that Mourinho and Conte have been known for being a bit pragmatic, like quite pragmatic and stuff. But like Frank, obviously he's been a bit more of a counter-attack manager, but I've never really thought of him as like someone who's super pragmatic and like only looks to protect. So, it's very odd that we're playing the way we are at the moment.
Yeah. This Arsenal fan says Arsenal have lost only 6 more home games at their new stadium than Spurs have in theirs, and Arsenal moved in 2006 and Spurs moved in 2019, which means by the end of this season they would have lost less than we have at our new stadium, which is one of the most embarrassing stats I've heard, man. That is seriously, man, no words can describe how embarrassing that is. They moved there in 2006, bro. Oh my God. It's mad.
The stadium was meant to get us to compete.
I know. And I think, we've lost to Chelsea every single time we played them?
How many losses are we
No,
behind?
we beat them and it was skip.
How many losses are we behind White Hart Lane?
10 losses.
We're catching up.
Yeah,
We're catching up to White Hart Lane at this
How many years is it going to take us to catch up to White Hart Lane?
Honestly. At this rate, not even joking. Man, yeah, it's... I don't know, what is it? Do you reckon it's just like, is it too nice for away teams? We need to write like...
Yeah, I've heard this.
Like, it's like the dressing room's lovely, like everything's just too nice for them. We need to I don't know.
I think it's just that Spurs have been more or less a shit show every season since moving in there.
Yeah, but why? Yeah. Yeah. Hard to argue with that.
Ollie Davis says, day one of not cutting my hair until Spurs make 5 forward passes in a row.
It's going to be a long time, mate. It's going to be a long time, Ollie.
Nathan Clark says, results have been decent under Frank, but underlying numbers would suggest that Spurs have gone from terrible at the end of last season to merely pretty bad after 10 league games.
Yeah, so that was Ange last season. This is basically it's like a rolling XG timeline of the green is XG and the red is like XG conceded. Mm-hmm. So you can see that we started last season obviously really well, and then obviously, everything that happened, and then we ended up awful. And this season, though, we haven't really got... The green's never really been on top. Yeah, which is a bit of a worry.
It's a massive worry.
And this is what Frank prides himself on as well. These kind of
XG,
data things.
Yeah.
And so he's got, obviously he must know it. It's not something that's a surprise to him. Like he obviously knows this stuff.
Yeah. Kieran Gill says, courtesy of Opta, Tottenham's XG of 0.05 from this 1-0 loss is their lowest ever recorded in the Premier League. So it's not even a home game. It's just lowest ever recorded.
Ever. Wow. Yeah, the reason why that's 0.05 and the other one's 0.17 because different data providers have different numbers for XG. So this is the Opta numbers who created XG. They created it.
COYS Comp says, Ange's Nottingham Forest had 12 shots and created 2.35 XG against Chelsea 2 weeks ago. Today we had 3 shots and created 0.01 XG. That is abhorrent. However, Frank was 3rd in the league yesterday and Ange was 17th in the league with Forest. So,
yeah, that's true.
I guess it's give and take.
Yeah, true. But at least just on that game, he just showed it's not impossible to create chances against this Chelsea team.
know not just Ange has proven it. Many teams have proven it this season. Mm-hmm. Sunderland last week. I think Chelsea have been conceding not a high amount of XG every game, but a considerable amount throughout the season. Mm-hmm. Their defence have not been good.
3-1 West Ham, wow.
Bloody hell. CFC Daily, this was Pedro Neto riling up the Spurs fans, so they must have been shouting at him or something. And he turns around and gives it to them.
Sticks his tongue out. What a bastard. Someone should have thrown something at him. Oh, well.
There was stuff being thrown, I don't know if you saw yesterday, because the ref went over and picked up some small Jack Daniels bottles from the pitch.
What, when players went to take a corner or something?
In the first half, I don't know if it was a corner or a throw-on or something.
Didn't see. I saw there was obviously the obvious abuse being held, and the old wanker sign coming out. Saw that, but I didn't see anything being chucked.
So, Sam Witt says, brutally honest, Burnley good, Man City good, Bournemouth dreadful, West Ham okay-ish, Villarreal bad, Wolves dreadful, Bodo dreadful, Leeds okay, Villa dreadful, Monaco dreadful, Everton bad, Newcastle okay, and Chelsea dreadful.
Do you agree with that? I would probably upgrade Everton from bad to okay, and probably Villa.
3-0 away at Everton. You can't really complain with that.
Yeah, but it wasn't good. It wasn't like the City performance, was it?
No, but Everton are not City. Like they set up in a different way.
Yeah, fair. Okay, you can maybe say Everton good. I would say Villa bad, not instead of dreadful.
For me, the dreadful performances this season have been Chelsea, Monaco, Bodo, and Bournemouth.
And Wolves?
I would say Wolves. I think Wolves was like 45 minutes was dreadful, but 45 minutes was all right. So I would say
Upgraded
Wolves
to a bad.
Yeah, yeah. So,
But you also have to add in the context that we are playing a team that's currently still winless in the league.
that's also true. So yeah, probably dreadful. Yeah, look, it's hard to disagree with some of that. I even think Burnley, I know we won 3-0 that day, but I don't even think we were that great that day.
Yeah, I agree. But he's put that in the good category. So you're saying he's only 2 goods?
Man City, it should be amazing.
Exactly. Come on.
We were amazing that day. I agree. So
is that all our fixtures? Has you left any out? 1, 2,
you don't have Doncaster in there.
9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, 13. Yeah, I think that's everything.
Look, it's hard to disagree with the majority.
He's
of it,
even
to
put
be honest.
Newcastle a 2-0 loss in the OK category.
Yeah. I mean, we deserve to lose, but in terms of pure performance, there were some things to take from the game. In terms of the performances that I put in dreadful, there's like in those games, there's just nothing to go on.
I think I guess if you're being brutally honest, like he's saying, I think maybe there's a couple I disagree with, but by and large, it's not completely wrong.
Yeah.
I think, but what I would say is though, that's more like on the ball football wise. I think if you're taking the whole performance into account, like defensively, all that kind of stuff,
Yeah.
maybe you can adjust some of that.
Yeah.
Because Everton
I
wasn't
guess.
bad if you're taking defensively. So I think on the ball, I think it's right. But if the whole performance, not necessarily.
So this account called #FrankOut says single-handedly keeping Frank in a job, as obviously highlighting Guillermo Vicario. And I was actually thinking about this last night, like, if we would have got battered 4-5-0 to Monaco, if we would have lost to Bodo by a significant scoreline, if we would have lost yesterday 4-0, like all results that we deserved on the day, how much pressure would Frank be under right now?
Yeah, more. That's for sure. A lot more than he is. I think I'm not saying it's keeping him in a job, but I think the pressure on him and the fan outrage would be a lot higher, 100%. So he's got Vicario 100% to thank.
Yeah. No Context Tottenham says let him cook.
And it's just the blandest meal deal. Oh, God. Oh, man. It's starting, isn't it? It's starting.
Only one person can change it.
Oh, God.
Eurofoot says Tottenham's XG of 0.05 against Chelsea is the lowest recorded by any team in the Premier League this season. Wow. Bloody Wolves are making more XG than us.
That's
West Ham.
how mad it is. That's like, it's just mind-boggling how it's that low.
Yeah. Tottenham Independent Transfer Story says Thomas just 0.05 on the expected goals today, but it's a tough place to come to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium.
That would be a classic Mousy question.
No Context Tottenham saying, how am I doing, boss? Timo Werner says, you're doing a great job, son.
Oh,
a
God.
great job.
Oh, no. Oh, no. He's getting compared to Verne already. Deary me.
Mark Stat says Caicedo is the best ball-winning central midfielder in the Premier League this season, and only a few individuals are better at progressing the ball than him.
Yeah, but I think the main thing is look at where Paulinho and Bentancur are.
Yeah.
When it comes to ball
But it
progression.
makes sense, though, doesn't it?
When it goes to ball progression, only... I guess I'm surprised with Belaber's so low, but only Belaber and Minetzi are lower.
But like, I don't need that graph to tell you how bad they've been at progressing the ball this season, you know what I mean?
Well, it's good that data can sometimes back up the eye test.
Has the referee or VAR been says, yes, that should have been a red card for Bentancur after committing a reckless challenge on Reece James. Yeah, I just don't understand how
He's
it's not
looking
given.
right at the ref. Look,
Yeah,
not the ref's view.
yeah. Mad.
Yeah.
But look, I'll take it. Sofa Scores says Spurs' new low from the start of 22-23 season until earlier today, Tottenham have never accumulated less than 0.19 XG in any of their 123 Premier League matches. This evening, Chelsea took that record to another level. The thing is, it wasn't Chelsea that took that record to another level. It was all self-inflicted.
Yeah, our lack of bravery, I think with another word to say to it. We were just so cowardly. It was incredible how cowardly we were on the ball.
Apollo has brought us another Javi Simmons and Timo Werner meme.
Come on, Javi. We need to stop this madness. We need to stop this madness.
Jack Pickbrook says Tottenham have now played 20 home Premier League games over the last year. 4 wins, 4 draws and 12 defeats. 16 points from a possible 60. 0.8 points per game. Just ahead of West Ham over the last year, who averaged a 0.78, 20% win record. And that is shockingly bad. And I don't remember ever in my Spurs supporting lifetime, and I've seen some dross in my time, the Jerry Francis's and the Christian Grosses and all that kind of stuff. I've never remember us being this bad at home.
Yeah, we've always... I know we've sometimes been a soft touch, but we've always at some point turned up and sometimes played good football, and the odd game will be good. At the moment, it's like every home game is just hard to go to. It's hard to watch because we're just struggling so bad. And it's obviously not just this season, it's last season as well. The second half of last season at home, we were absolutely diabolical as well. So this whole year has just been absolutely shocking.
Yeah. Sneha says, watching Tottenham Hotspur, and I think this is how we all are at this moment in time.
Oh, God. Stressed.
Yeah. Whether you're not a fan of Frank, whether you're a fan of Frank, no matter where you are in the Frank spectrum, there's just no defending this. There's just nothing. Opta Joe says 0.05. Tottenham's XG total of 0.05 this evening was their lowest on record in the Premier League game, with their 504th game in the competition since the start of 2012-2013.
Crazy.
XG philosophy, Tottenham 0.10 to Chelsea's 3.3.
That's also another thing no one's really talking about. Not only how low ours was, but how high Chelsea's was.
Yeah.
Chelsea have not even been that good going forward this season. They haven't been blowing teams away.
They're still the top goal scorers in the Premier League.
They are, but I'm saying in terms of chances created and stuff, maybe they have. I have to look into it, to be honest. But when I've watched them, they haven't seemed to be a free-flowing team.
No, I agree with that. Septus Prime saying, I'm crying, man. Spence just said, what fam, to Cucurella, and it had him shook. Cucurella was a bit shook here, man.
He flinched. Someone said someone retweeted saying he's lost a lot of aura points there, Cucurella.
100%. Spain.
He didn't want this. He didn't want he didn't want the smoke. He did not want the smoke.
Spence gave it to him.
Spence doesn't give a shit.
No, not a shit at all. So Spurs Army says, wow, Jed Spence and Van de Ven both walked straight past Thomas Frank at the full-time whistle following the defeat to Chelsea. So this is the moment that we were speaking about in the match review, which we both said was a complete disrespect to Thomas Frank. Just walking past him like he's not even there.
So let's see if there's anything more.
And the way Thomas Frank just stares at them walking down the tunnel as well.
Yeah, a death stare. But so what was his hand? His hand movement signals he's definitely saying, "What, you going back in? You're not going to say bye to the fans?" And he just I don't know. I thought he would at least. I don't know. I just think it looked a bit weak. Just the way he kind of meekly is "You're not going to go say bye to the fans." But that death stare was, not something I want to be on the end of either.
No, I think Frank's definitely given it to them. He has to. But again, I bring it back to what I said before. I don't think there's much more he could do on the pitch at that moment. I think he has to just wait until he gets in the dressing room with them and then absolutely give it to them.
Yeah, fair enough.
But that's it. That is it from how the internet did react to the game. But look, we'll be back tomorrow for some more content. That is all we have time for today.